Friends, I welcome you all to the channel that is Hospitality Education PPT. And as you know that we have started few episodes on exploring diverse cooking methods. Already we have completed the fourth part of it. We are going series by series, and today is part 5. And from the image you can well understand that we will be talking about the frying methods, rather dry heat methods, and already we have started dry heat methods. We have discussed about the hot air method, and today we are going to discuss about the oil medium method. So without wasting further time, I welcome you all to this channel, that is Hospitality Education PPT, and the channel is dedicated for you all for developing better understanding about the food production basics. Those who are already in the study of hotel management or pursuing their degree courses or any other short courses, craftsmanship courses in food production and bakery confectionery, I have a belief that this kind of session will definitely help them to clarify their concept further, because always classroom teaching may not be enough to understand certain things. You may have many queries, and accordingly this session will be able to give you that kind of support so that you can clarify your doubts. At the same time, you can clarify your concept on a particular topic we are going to discuss on that very moment. So thank you very much for attending this session, and let's begin our topic for the day. So our point of study today is very clear, that is on frying methods, as I have already mentioned to you. And these are the agenda for the day, rather scope of study for the day. We are going to discuss about what is frying, and then under that we'll clarify the concept of deep fat frying, shallow fat frying, sauteing, pan frying, stir frying, air frying, and also side by side we'll discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of each and every methods we have mentioned just now. Okay, so let us proceed. Already we have discussed about the dry heat methods, and under dry heat methods we are having different sub methods. Let us go back to the original classification of methods of cooking first, and then it will be easy for us to reconnect it. Okay, so this is methods of cooking. It is as usual broken into three heads. One is moist heat method, second is dry heat method, third one is combination method. Under moist heat method, we are having multiple methods, which is displayed on your screen now, starting with boiling, parboiling, blanching, steaming, poaching, stewing, a papilote, sous vide, pressure cooking, and microwave. And we have discussed thoroughly in our earlier sessions. Now then, dry heat method. Dry heat method subdivided into two categories. One is hot air method, where the heat is passed through the hot air, and under that, and another one is fat and oil method, where heat is passing through the fat and oil. And out of these two, we have already discussed about the hot air method, and under hot air method, the methods we have discussed out here, that is baking, grilling, and broiling. Grilling also had two parts. One is open fire grilling, other one is salamander. That also we have discussed. We have also clarified about the term broiling, and then barbecue, then roasting. Roasting also we have discussed about the spit roasting, pot roasting, and oven roasting. and then boiling, which are very very similar, but there are some fine line of differences. Boiling we have also discussed, and under boiling we had two terms. One is a casserole and a cocotte. That also we have discussed out here. If not, you can, if you are not there, you can always connect the previous parts and it will be very clear installed in your mind. We have also discussed about the tandoor and the structure and how heat is getting reflected inside the tandoor oven thoroughly with the image. We have discussed that. And today our area of learning is basically this fat and oil, and under that we are going to discuss about sauteing, pan frying, shallow frying, deep frying as we have mentioned. So let us go back to the main screen now. Dry heat cooking involves cooking method without using any moisture. Then what is used? Instead, heat is transferred to the food through hot air, fat or metal. This method typically involves high temperatures, and often the temperature beyond is above 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 150 degrees Celsius. What happens if you cook in a so high degree of temperature, which allows for browning and caramelizing of food? That's why we get very tantalizing color, brown color and crispy color on top of the food, and which is enhancing the flavor. And definitely in this episode we are going to discuss about all those methods which are coming under these fats and oil. Okay, so first one is frying as usual. What is frying? That is our concept. We all know, but we are going to put it in words. Frying is a cooking method, there is no doubt about it, that involves immersing the food in hot oil. That means we need hot oil, the food will be immersed into that, frying will be conducted. This causes the outside of the food to become crispy and browned automatically, while the inside remains cooked through. The inside will be properly cooked and outside will become browned and crispy. That's the outcome of a frying method. Now frying can be used to cook a variety of foods, which includes meat, fish, vegetables and desserts. Okay. Under this frying we get multiple overlapping methods. What are those? Let us clarify. First is deep frying. You can see the image out here. You can see this image. There is a basket. Amount of oil is more. The food is dipped into the oil and is getting fried. And that's why the name is given deep frying or deep fat frying. And we get another one, shallow frying. Here you can see there is a pan. Less amount of oil is used. The one side of the product is getting burnt, rather fried, coming in contact with the oil, and then once it is done you turn it upside down and then you get the automatically this crispy brown color on the other side. Then let it be cooked from the other side as well, so both the side will be evenly cooked. That is the what we call shallow fat fry. And then another one, sauteing. For the sauteing you need a pan, saute pan. We require very less amount of butter or oil, normally butter. We can also use olive oil, less amount, and which will be the product will be tossed in the pan. Once the oil will come or fat will come to a right temperature level, that we are going to discuss. That is known as sauteing. Then pan frying, very similar to sauteing, but in this case you can see the product is not going to be tossed. It will be fried from one side and then it will be fried from other side. Here the amount of oil is used which is very very less in amount. This is the concept of pan frying. And then we get stir fry. Stir frying is a very popular term in Asian cuisine, especially in Chinese. You need to have a kind of container which is known as wok. WOK is the container, is very similar to Indian kahai. It has got a handle so that it will be easy to manipulate. The vegetables are cut into a particular fashion or design, mainly all evenly cut, and they are tossed and flipped in this pan with less amount of oil against very high heat for a short span of cooking. This is known as stir fry. Okay, and then finally, very modern concept. Now it is becoming popular in household process, that is air frying method. Air frying, where air is basically utilized, hot air, to get the frying done without using amount of oil. It is a more or less like a healthy cook. Okay, now we'll discuss them one by one. First is deep fat frying. What is this? Deep frying or deep fat frying is the most common type of frying, and it involves immersing the food completely in hot oil. Try to imagine that the oil, already you have seen these in your local areas, in your home style of cooking as well, that the food is completely dipped into the oil or immersed into the oil and getting fried from all the sides. Okay, that is known as deep fat frying. This technique is often used to cook foods that need to be crispy on the outside and tender on the inside, such as French fries, chicken nuggets, and donuts. French fries, out of these, will be very common to all of you. Many of you have experienced that, which is crispy from outside, from inside it is soft but well cooked. That is the advantage of deep fat frying. And deep fat frying uses a large amount of oil, as the name goes, deep fat, so you need to have more oil so that good number of food can be dipped in and fried, and requires high heat, which results in a crispy exterior and a cooked through interior. Okay, how heat transfer? Heat transfer through conduction and convection. Why conduction first? Because from the flame, the metal of the container is getting heated, that is through conduction, and from the conduction, from the metal, the oil is getting heated through convection method, and ultimately it is a combination of conduction and convection. Those who are having still doubt, you can go back to our first lesson under this methods of cooking, uh, part 1. There it is clarified very clearly in terms of image. You can always refer back our old lessons. Okay, now let us go little more. Advantages. What are the advantages? Faster cooking, no doubt. Deep frying cooks food quickly due to the high temperature of the oil. Already we have mentioned that we need high temperature of the oil so that it will be crispy from outside, brown from outside, and thoroughly cooked from inside. Improved flavor. How the flavor be improved? The Maillard reaction, these are browning reactions and caramellizations, enhances the taste and aroma of the food. Okay, it enhances the appearance. You can always see deep fried food are often have an appealing and appetizing golden brown color exterior. So that is very much appetizing and enhancing the appearance of the product. It seals in moisture. Whenever you are putting the product in hot oil, the hot exterior part of the product is coming in contact with the hot oil. So naturally it seals. And once it is getting coagulated because of the heat, what happens? The internal juices are not coming out from the product. So product is remaining juicy. That is the advantage. There is no loss of moisture while cooking. That is another one advantage of that. And it is convenience. Why? It is a straightforward method that requires minimal preparation. It is a straightforward method that requires minimal preparations. That is why it is very convenient for us. It is also energy efficient compared to methods like roasting. Deep frying is more energy efficient. In a short span of time, you get the cooking done. Roasting, you require more time, but here deep fat frying taking less time. So it is more energy efficient. What are the disadvantages? It cannot be only advantages. There are definitely few disadvantages that we should look in. First of all, health concern. Deep fried foods can be high in calories and unhealthy fats, which may contribute to health issues if consumed frequently. So, if any one person consuming the fried food, deep fried food continuously for many years or months together, definitely there will be some health issues, as because it contribute high calories and sometimes the unhealthy fat may contribute the health issue. So that is, there is a possibility that health concern may be there. So you should also notice that. Safety risk, you are handling hot oil, so you need to be very careful. It can be dangerous at times and requires careful attention to avoid burns and fires. That is very, very obvious. It comes from the common sense, but it is our duty is to remind the person about the safety part. Oil absorptions. Through deep fat frying, food can become greasy if not fried at the correct temperature. Now, deep fat frying is not that we take a container, take good amount of oil and put it on the flame and immediately put the product for fry. First of all, you have to wait for some time so that the oil will be heated. Now the question is to what extent it will be heated. You need to heat the oil to the smoke point. If you look at the oil, once the oil is getting heated and coming to the right temperature level, then the smoke will start coming out, and that is the indication that oil has come to the right temperature level. If it is overlooked, then this problem comes, oil absorption. Food can become greasy if not fried at the correct temperature. And how to justify the correct temperature? We have to wait till the oil is reaching to the smoke point. Smoke point means how the at what point the smokes are started coming out from the hot oil. That is known as a smoke point. Okay, and then cost. Definitely, cost is one of the factors. The need for large amount of oil, you can well understand, can make it an expensive cooking method. Okay, messiness. Deep frying can be messy with oil splatters and the need for proper disposal of used oil. So whenever you are conducting a frying method, the oil splatters from the container to the outside area. So naturally there is a tendency the oil place will become very messy, and also you have to find out the way that how to dispose the used oil, the oil which is not further right oil for the consumption. We have to dispose it of. How to dispose, where to dispose, that also you require. If not, then your kitchen area will become very messy. So that you need to look at. Okay. Now find out the exact temperature level for frying. Ideal temperatures for deep fat frying, temperature range is 350 degree to 375 degree Fahrenheit, and correspondingly 176 to 190 degree Celsius. Okay, that's fine for you. Purpose. Why it is so? This range ensures that the food cooks quickly and evenly, creating a crispy exterior while keeping the inside moist. So that is the point. From outside it will be evenly cooked, evenly browned, evenly crispy. At the same time from inside it will be evenly cooked and remain moist, not will become dry. Cooking at this temperature also minimizes oil absorption, preventing the food from becoming greasy. So if you are cooking it to this temperature as mentioned out here, definitely you are preventing one point, that is there is no scope that food will become greasy or oily because it won't absorb it. If you fry the product below the smoke point, then definitely you can ensure that you are creating unhealthy food, as because the food will absorb the excess of oil and that won't be tasting good, right? Hope up to this it is very clear about the deep fat frying, the advantages, disadvantages, what is deep fat frying and what is the temperature level. So let us proceed to the next one. Shallow fat frying. First one was deep fat frying. This one is shallow fat frying. From the name it is very clear why it is called shallow fat frying, because shallow frying uses a smaller amount of oil than deep fat frying. That's why the name is given shallow fat frying. And the food is not completely immersed in the oil. If you remember our previous image where you have seen that there is a pan, we have used less amount of oil, one side of the product is coming in contact with the hot oil. Once that side is done, then we are making the product upside down and then getting it cooked evenly from other sides. So here both the sides are not getting cooked at the same time. So you need to have some experience, you need to have some skill to employ the shallow fat frying for the best result. Okay. This technique is often used to cook foods that are thick or dense to be deep fat fried. So the food which is very thick and very dense, normally we select the method that is shallow fat fry. What are those? Such as chicken cutlets, fish fillet and vegetables, right? Shallow frying uses medium high heat and results in a browned exterior and a cooked through interior. Remember, like deep fat frying, you need to have a very high temperature. Here it is not, here it is a medium high temperature, but you have to find out the smoke point, then only this process will be excellent. Otherwise, there will be a problem with the product. Now, the food cooks by direct heat. As you understand that oil is less, so oil is getting heated directly from the metal surface, so it is a conduction method. Okay. Now it has got some advantages. First of all, healthier option, of course, in compared to deep fat frying method. Shallow frying uses less oil, so that is very good part, which can result in lower fat and calorie content. Obvious. Crispy texture. It creates a crispy exterior while keeping the inside moist and tender. That is also one of the advantages. Even cooking. The method allows for even heat distribution, ensuring the food is cooked thoroughly. Quick cooking as well. Shallow frying is a fast cooking method, making it convenient for quick meals. Right? Versatility, suitable for a wide range of foods, including meats, vegetables, and even some desserts. So healthier option, crispy texture, quick cooking, versatility, these are all advantages of shallow fat fry. Now then other side is also there. What is that? Disadvantages. Health risk. What is the risk? Despite being healthier than deep fat frying, it still involves to use of oil which can add unhealthy fats if not used in moderation. So if you are using the same oil, if you are using the unhealthy oil, automatically there is a possibility that there will be a health risk. So that is very obvious and common. Risk of burning. Food can burn easily if not monitored closely, as the oil can get very hot. You will understand that we require less amount of oil. Only one side of the oil product will come in contact with the hot oil. So if we are not monitoring it properly, what will happen? The same area will get overcooked and ultimately there is a possibility of burning. So you have to always shake the pan, and sometimes you slide the product from this side to that side so that the one area is not getting constantly exposed to the hot oil for longer period of time, which will create the risk of burning. Remember this, that is very essential. Messiness, that is also there. Shallow frying can be messy with oil splatters. Oil can splatter from the pan, and that require careful cleanup. You need to clean the range area, the gas area, the burner tops and all, because it will spoil the sides and the surrounding areas where you are conducting this cooking method. Limited capacity. In case of deep fat frying, you can fry in bulk. In case of shallow fat frying, only a small amount of food can be cooked at a time, which might not be ideal for larger meals. Whenever you are producing for 100 capacity or 200 capacity or more than that, then this shallow fat frying method may not be very ideal. Nutrient loss. Some nutrients may be lost during the frying process, especially if the food is overcooked. So that side also you should look after properly. So this is all about the disadvantages. Now it is time to see the ideal temperature for shallow fat frying, and it is 325 to 375 degree Fahrenheit, 163 to 190 degree Celsius. Purpose: shallow frying typically uses medium high heat, and this range allows for even cooking and a crispy texture without burning the food. So we can well understand that why you require a medium range heat for that. It is suitable for a variety of foods including meats, vegetables and even some desserts. You can go for shallow fat fry. Hope till now you have understood well the concept of deep fat frying and shallow fat frying, and you can also make a differentiation between these two methods on your own. Let us proceed to the next. Stir frying. What is stir frying? A very popular cooking technique originating from China, rather Asian. Stir frying involves cooking small uniform pieces of food quickly at high heat, typically in a oak that I have mentioned in the beginning while showing you the image. Okay, you can see this is the image. This is known as the oak, where evenly cut foods are getting stir fried. It is a concept origin from China. We call it Asian style of cooking, which is conducted in a oak. It has got some advantages. Very quick cooking method. Stir frying is a fast cooking method, even taking less than 5 minutes. It is just tossed, flipped, and then served to the guest. Nutrient retention. The quick cooking process helps retaining more nutrients compared to longer cooking methods. That is very obvious. The basic science. Energy efficient, of course. It uses less fuel and oil, making it an energy efficient cooking method. Versatility. You can use a wide variety of ingredients, making it easy to adapt to what's available and affordable. So it is versatile in that way also. And visual appeal, that is very, very important. Stir fried dishes are often colorful and visually appealing. It looks so colorful, glossy, and tempting as the quick cooking and smoke is coming out, very hot served. So that is altogether very appetizing as the quick cooking preserves the vibrant color of the vegetables. As you know that the less than 5 minutes as I have mentioned the cooking method. So what happens? There is less possibility that the colored vegetables will be losing its natural color. So whenever you are presenting something with the natural color of the vegetables, that goes without saying that it will definitely accentuate the appearance of the product. So that is visual appeal is increased and enhanced. There are disadvantages, of course. First disadvantage is that preparation time. We have mentioned that we require evenly cut pieces of food. So although the cooking time is short, the preparation time is time consuming as ingredients need to be cut in small uniform pieces. Otherwise, all of them won't be cooked in a wok in a short span of time by stir frying method. So pre-preparation time is more than the actual cooking time. Okay, you need to have a skill. It requires some skill to avoid burning or uneven cooking. Immediate serving. I have mentioned that earlier also. Stir-fried dishes are best served immediately after cooking, which might not be convenient for all meal schedule. Limited cooking methods. Not all types of food are suitable for stir frying, and it may not be ideal for those who prefer fully cooked vegetables. Right? Now, let us discuss about the word saute. This concept, saute, is derived from the French word sauté, S-A-U-T, which means to jump. It is a cooking technique in which food is quickly fried in small amount of oil or fat over high heat. This method is commonly used to cook vegetables, meat, and seafood by quickly sealing its flavor and providing a delicious crispy texture. Sauteing requires constant stirring or flipping of the product to ensure even cooking and prevent sticking to burning. So first and foremost, the word itself, it has got a meaning with the method. Sauté in French means to jump. And in the pan, we'll take the food, we'll take less amount of oil, it will be stirred and continuously flipped in so that it is getting cooked at the same time. You look at these images. This is the pan. Heat the pan, add the butter and oil. You should not add so much of products at the same time. It will be very difficult for you to toss. Take limited amount of products to be sauteed. Toss or flip the food to ensure the food is evenly cooked. Very simple. Okay. Another one similar method is there which is very close to sauteing, that is pan fry. Already I have discussed about shallow fat frying and this is pan fry. What is that? Pan frying is a lot like sauteing but with a few key differences. What is that? Besides the fact that there is no tossing, pan frying uses slightly more fat and slightly lower temperature than sauteing. So sauteing, what we need? We need less amount of oil, good amount of heat, and only tossing the limited quantity of food. Whereas pan frying is saying that it is no tossing is permitted. In pan frying, we use less amount of oil or fat and lower temperature as well. And this makes it a good method for cooking larger pieces of meat and would not have time to cook through because with sauteing, the food is in the pan for very long. Why instead of sauteing we go for pan frying? The large pieces of meat, which is where the sauteing method is not enough to make it cooked properly. So we need to have a method that is known as the pan frying method. So pan frying method, how it differs? There is no tossing, less amount of oil, lower temperature, cooking for little more time. But it is conducted in a pan. That's why the name is given pan frying method. So you understood it properly, the difference between sauteing and pan frying. Now we'll discuss about the word air frying. It is actually a very new concept. Air frying is a cooking technique that uses hot air which circulates to cook the food. And what happens? It creates a crispy texture which is similar to deep frying but with significantly using less amount of oil. Sorry. Now this is the air fryer. Very commonly you can must have seen this in many magazines, in media. We have seen these advertisements. This is the setup. How it works? First is heating element. There is one heating element inside and there is a fan. When the element is getting heated, the fan is getting circulated, and then what is happening? The hot air is getting uniformly heated inside, and it helps in uniform cooking in a cooking chamber. Very simple method. Because of the fan, there is a rapid air circulation. The fan circulates the hot air around the food at high speed and ensuring even cooking and browning. Inside there is a perforated container like this. Food is placed in that container, allowing hot air to pass through so that it can reach all sides and helps to achieve the crispy exterior. Okay. I think hot air frying method is clear to you. Advantages: it is a healthier cooking. Why? Because we are using very less amount of oil. Very much reduced oil of fat is used for the consumption. That's why the calorie content is low. Faster cooking, cooks food faster than conventional oven, often cutting cooking times by 22 to 30%. So your cooking time almost reduces to 30%. It reduces maximum 30% rather in that. Versatility, suitable for variety of foods including vegetables, meat and baked goods. That is the advantage. Ease of use, simple control and presence for different types of food. Presets for different types of food. There is a marking like in microwave. There is 1 minute, 1.5 minutes baking or grilling. Similar options are given over there. So naturally there are some preset concept. Very easy to handle. Less messy. Minimum oil means easier to clean up. Disadvantages: very limited capacity, smaller cooking capacity, not ideal for large meals. So that's why it is popular in home style of cooking nowadays. Texture differences, may not achieve the exact texture of deep fat frying. The product fried through deep fat frying and the product fried through air frying, there is a difference of texture they can well understand by seeing only. Learning curve requires some practice to get cooking times and temperature right. You need to practice these using of air fryer, so naturally you'll become expert in that. You need to learn something for that. Bulky design, you can well understand it is little bulky, takes up counter space. Nowadays in the modern age, the space management is very important. So in that way, it is not very ideal. Cost, high quality models can be expensive. So common people may not be interested because of the cost. So with that, thank you very much for attending this session, and we have completed the cooking methods to dry heat, completely dry heat and fraction oil. I need to look for your valued comments on this session. If you are having any doubts, anything you want to learn further, any clarity is required in some understanding, definitely you put me in the comment box. I'll get back to you as earliest. Always refer this channel. That is my advice, you can say, for so that your learning will be on. If you have liked the channel, Please press the like button, subscribe it, press the alarm as well, so that next time whenever the new video will be uploaded, we'll be able to get the information first. And then definitely our next session will be there very soon on cooking methods, and we are going to conclude that very fast as well. So till then, I'll expect that next time also, whenever the video session will be on, you'll be present there, you'll go through it, and you will also keep me motivated and happy learning till then. So bye bye, take care.